Where else to be at this moment if not with Capital Sports and the Unity Station NT Channel 5 Abuja? At this time, we'll try to go around the world to get some of the highlights and also bring experts who understand, depth of analysis into some of these sports to come talk to us so that we make more meanings and also make more insight and impression about some of those sports happening wherever your taste and type of sports you follow. Well, trust us, we'll try to accommodate you and bring you on. Sometimes to even have a say on the program through our phone conversation. Hello, thank you for joining us on Capital Sports. I am Abdullah Hajia, your anchor. Well, we have a couple of highlights to share with you at this moment. Yes, our under 20 team, the Flying Eagles, yes, even though it's an international friendly, yes, they did us proud, and we'll be talking about that much in the course of the program. And don't also forget the zonal qualification for the National Sports Festival is ongoing, and we're into day 2 or 3 or thereabouts, and teams are beginning to show what they can do in the respective sports. That also will be part of what we'll be discussing. But at this moment, let's go on a short break, and when we return, I'll be unveiling my guest. Uh, you'll meet him after this time. All right, thank you for choosing to remain with the Capital, the Unity Station, NT Abuja. Well, it's still Capital Sports, and at this time, we'll be valuing your time to spend with us, so that we'll talk some of the things we have for you on the menu. But before I go straight to some of the stories, I want to especially welcome someone I think you've not, seen on Capital Sports. So we'll go bring them to come join us talk sports. Permit me to welcome St. Ben Ochole to Capital Sports.
Thank you very much, sir.
He's a colleague and he's also a Manchester United fan.
Yes, so
But I think we'll not be celebrating Man U today because there is nothing much to talk about them.
we need to
Even though
celebrate Man
yesterday they
United.
got the win in that time, you're still celebrating.
We have to be thankful to God.
All right. Well, thank you once more for coming to talk, and for the benefit of our view out there. Let's begin with some of the issues we have. Zonal qualification, National Sports Festival is one big local championship that we all look forward to because we believe, when we're talking about the succession plan for our sporting event of our athletes, I think that is where we should go start, discover this latent talent, support them, nurture them for national glory. You would agree with me that I think that is the way to go first. And then secondly, we also look at the zonal qualification. All teams cannot just come, into all the sports. So there's always this, groupings to be able to qualify in some of the sports. And it's been on for about something like the zonal qualification. South, where you go there, you mentioned teams like Edo, Team Delta, Team Bayelsa, and those guys have been doing wonderfully well in some of these sports. What's your take on that?
Well, for me, I would prefer that we go the American way. I want to believe that that is also better because they go all the way to the schools and start grooming from the schools. This, no doubt, is our way, and if we can sustain it and be consistent with it, not just once do this one part and then maybe next year say, okay, no, 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 no. But if we're consistent with it, then yes, it will be better. It will be good for Team Nigeria in whatever sports we find ourselves in, whatever competition we get ourselves into.
Experts and pundits, just like you have often suggested, that I think this is the way to go. Going back to the school or grassroots sports,
Yes.
where you see some of these raw talents. What they just need is that support, discovery. You push them, then you begin to nurture them, you support them, and tomorrow they become a national asset for you.
Yes.
Somebody was asking, who says we cannot go win the Olympics in track and field events? Who says we cannot go? We have waters all over the country. Go groom them. Let us swim and go get us
I
medals like South
mean,
Africa is doing.
Phelps cannot just be going and getting medals. I mean, I was watching Phelps those days and I was saying, my God, why don't we have people in Delta? We have people in Edo, we have
Yeah.
people in
In
Bayelsa
Bayelsa.
that swim in the ocean, and yet we can't come and compete. Let's not even say win a medal.
Yes.
We can't even compete. Well, it's good that we have started the process, but it would be nice to see Nigeria becoming a powerhouse and not just leaving just South Africa alone. We should be beating South Africa as far as I'm concerned.
All right. The reports we're also getting indicates that Ogun State is leaving, no stone unturned in terms of preparation to host the National Sports Festival. And I think this time around, they're making a statement to say, well, we're not just going to host just the everyday nationals. We want to do it with a difference. We want to make a statement that history will not forget in a hurry. So I think they're putting finishing touches. The government of Ogun State is supporting. Now we have a National Sports Commission also that is interested in supporting every sports initiative that is, at the end of the day, gives you result of becoming, something for the nation. So I think all things being equal, we
Yeah.
should be expecting
No
something.
doubt, I believe in the fact that Nigerians have the ability and capability to host an event. Yes. What I will find funny is if Ogun becomes the number one state that wins everything. Because we know where the power, of course, we'll be happy if they win. But when you are doctoring it to make sure that it's your own people that win, then it becomes an issue. But if someone can beat the powerhouses like Lagos, Delta, Edo, Port Harcourt, I think I will be, where everybody will be happy. I'm saying, yes, oh, there's someone new that's come out. There's someone new that's come out. The next thing you will now be praying for is that the people in the sports commission will take you from that point and lift you higher and not just abandon you there and say, okay, you won it. Thank you very much. We'll look at the other people to go represent us outside. I don't
Okay,
believe that's
well,
good.
in as much as what you're saying, I think for me it's still wishful thinking because some of these things that we've seen in recent years has been from the South states, region.
Yes.
If Edo is not coming top, Rivers will come top. If Rivers is not there, Delta will be
Delta.
there. So I think if you go ask them, probably they would have gotten so many things right and correctly for them. That is why year in, year out, you see them, whether they are hosting to win or they are going
Oh,
to other states, outside their own, geographical location to go, they still see them. So I think it has to be a deliberate thing. If
yes.
Ogun State, I think they are
If
putting
Ogun State can
everything
do it,
together.
if they can pump in money in,
Okay.
because I know that's what those South states are doing.
Okay.
They have the money to pump into sports,
That's why you
and they
see
get the best.
Igarba winning a gold
Winning,
medal
thank
for River
you.
State.
You're not wondering where, how,
Okay.
no. But you see, if Ogun can also do it, and not just Ogun, but other states in the country, if they can pump in money into sports and say, take, go and prepare, and come back with a medal, please, I want to say that those South states will have.
Okay. Well, let me help you. You don't call it money, motivation. Just call
Okay,
it motivation.
motivation,
Because if
motivation.
outside money, there are other incentives that you
Ah,
can bring a car. So you see athletes running, even if the leg will cut, you want to win medals so that such things come their way.
that
All
is
right. Well,
true.
we hope that at the end of the qualification, teams that are determined and ready will be the one that will qualify. For the National Sports Festival. But before we move on, let's tell our viewer that, as usual, it's always interactive. And the phone line, the studio phone line to call will always be displayed on the screen. So any moment we should be expecting your calls so that you'll be part of the conversation. Right before we get some of these calls, on the 20 boys yesterday, I think did very well by making also a good statement ahead of the Under 20 Africa Cup of Nations, which they have qualified and it's to be hosted by Cote d'Ivoire. Well, they just beat the host Cote d'Ivoire, but sometimes we say no be gara gara, you understand?
Yes.
So sometimes
Yes.
you reserve your better plan for the main
For
competition and not to come and expend all your energy and get injuries, and when it matters, you will not be there.
Well, I always don't like friendlies in that if you win in friendlies, I think people see
You don't celebrate too much.
yes, you don't celebrate too much. It's better to win on the day.
Okay.
Yes, it's good that Nigeria won. Fantastic. It helps the ranking.
The
It
bragging
helps
rights.
bragging rights. But it's more important if you win on the field in the competition. Then people know that okay, that one was played, this one is serious, and they are still able to beat you wherever it is.
But I think we have a formidable team, if you ask me. And if you
Yes.
look at our group, where we have South Africa, we have Ghana, Morocco, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the Flying Eagles should be able to do something.
Well, football is no longer should be able to do something because everybody is they are getting their acts together. But still, I still know that if even a Nigerian team in the field, I mean, in my area, can beat many of these countries. It's just that they need to be put together.
Okay.
But in a team that has been put together for a while, I mean, I see no reason why Nigeria should not be winning the competition. And it's quite unfortunate that I think under 17 had the problem with their competition. I don't want
You
to.
couldn't qualify.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I think we're beginning to get some of these calls. Oh, well, we missed that call. You can still try us again, and I think we'll be interested in getting, some of your calls come in to be part of the conversation here. All right. So let's also not forget that this Africa Cup of Nations, these age grade competitions, as
Yes.
we will call them, our teams have not done badly. The Flying Eagles are 6 times African champions, and I think they've been into the either finals or semi-finals of the global or world mundial
Yes.
on several occasions. So I think it is not a new terrain for us. And as far as I'm concerned, other teams will fear,
Well,
facing us.
it seems like not a new terrain, but these are new boys.
Okay.
Every 2 years is a new set of boys. And except you're picking people, except we have the succession. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon. We missed that caller. What's happening to the lines? I think the network should better cooperate
Well,
with
except
us.
we have the succession method, in which under 17 moves to under 20, which move onward. It will always seem as if it's a new team. But when you have people come from under 17 and climbing up, it doesn't seem new anymore because these boys are used to each other. Maybe just add one or two people in, and the team continues to build up, and the team stops being new, but they are now together. They gel. They know they can play with their eyes closed, and they can score with their eyes closed. I want to believe that's possible.
All right. Well, I would like us to, if the director, is ready, let's just take this the sports brief so that I'll be able to take a break. And when we return, we have a couple of other stories also, to talk on the program. Nalibu, if you're ready.
Goals were on the score sheet in the Nigerian Premier Football League Match Day 26 across different stadiums, where relegation struggling Nasarawa United under their new manager Salisu Yusuf got their 8th win of the season with a 1-0 win over league leaders Remo Stars, who are still leading with 9 points difference above Shooting Stars, who got a vital away point against Eyimba in a game that ended 1-1. Niger Tornadoes away compounded Lobby Stars relegation woes with a 2-0 victory. Defending champions Enugu Rangers cruised to a 3-0 home victory to brighten their continental slot. Meanwhile, Nigeria under-20 football team, the Flying Eagles, in an international friendly against Cote d'Ivoire, got a 2-0 emphatic win over host Young Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire in the first of two international friendly matches at the Stade Felix Houphouët-Boigny in the hearts of the Ivorian capital. Captain Daniel Bamiyi made good from the spot 3 minutes after the hour mark, converting from 6 yards after an infringement on darting forward Divine Olisei. The 7-time African champions dominated from kick-off. Both teams will square up to each other again at the same venue on Friday as they test strength ahead of this year's Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations taking place between 26th April to 18th May. Away from that, teams from states have continued to do their best to qualify for the National Sports Festival in the zonal elimination games to qualify for the National Sports Mundial. Teams from the zones are putting in their best athletes to qualify in the respective schools ahead of the National Sports Festival to be hosted by Ogun State. Talking table tennis, Nigerian stars Fatima Bello and Aruna Quadri have made history by qualifying for the 2025 International Table Tennis Federation World Cup in Macau, China. Fatima Bello, Nigeria's female table tennis sensation, advanced to the semi-finals of the African Cup, securing her spot at the World Cup alongside a strong Egyptian contingent. Aruna Quadri, Nigeria's 5-time African champion, also qualified for the semi-finals, securing a ticket to the World Cup alongside.
All right, thank you for that report, my director. Well, I still have my guests here. Let's look at MPFL. I'm always happy when I come to talk about MPFL week in, week out. I think my team, even though they are still battling around the relegation. Which one is your team in
Well,
the MPFL?
when I was young, I support BCC Boys of Boko.
They are no longer BBC. They're not transformed to Lobby Stars now.
Yes, they are now Lobby Stars. But
Okay.
I think I now support Imba. I know the Imba goes, they are going up, down, up, down. Right now, I think they are middle of the table. Am I correct?
Not middle.
They are down there.
Not down, not.
Not, I think it's middle now. Down.
Okay, let's fairly around.
Okay.
Yes.
Kind of like Man United. Man United is close. It's close to the middle, but it's down.
If Man United matter, talk MPFL.
Well, actually, you see, I actually love football league. There are times where before in the past it used to be home team win every time, but recently it's now anybody's game. Because the referees are fair, the management is fair and is balanced, and because of that, players are playing well without fear of being beaten at the end of the match when I win away from home. It's actually that is for me that is a plus.
We have a caller, sorry, please. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear us? Oh, I think something is wrong with the network today. Okay, so now if we look at the MPFL, Raymond Stars lost yesterday to Nasarawa United. I'm happy. Even the Raymond Stars are still on top of the table, they are leading with about 9 points, lead difference between them and Shooting Stars. Shooting Stars this season, we're not surprised because the manager there, Coach Ogumbote, is somebody is very familiar with the MPFL terrain. So any place he goes, he tries to make his mark, and you will know that there is a coach who understands the Nigerian football system that is at the helm of affairs. I think that is what he's doing with Shooting Stars currently. So it's too early to begin to feel whether they will win or not. But I think the gap, is between them and Raymond Stars is still about 9 points. Yes, Raymond Stars lost to Nasarawa United at Lafayette Township Stadium yesterday. Hello, good afternoon.
10 goals were on the score sheet.
We're losing our callers. Well, so we also saw Enugu Rangers yesterday got a comfortable nil win at home. What do you call them? Niger Tornadoes. The Ikom Allah boys went away to defeat Lobby Stars, compounding Lobby Stars relegation woes. As we speak, Lobby Stars, they are currently 20th. They are first from bottom of the table, which I think is not too good for them. So, do you follow MPFL, if I may ask you?
Let me apologize. I'm sorry. I do not. But I think every Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I just look at the back pages, look at the scores, look at the table. I'm like, okay, well, Nigeria is getting better, the FCT is getting better, scores, and I no longer have to just say, oh, home is winning, all away is losing. Now it's everybody's game.
Like just yesterday, Lobby, what do you call it? Niger Tornadoes went away
Went
to
away
win.
to win.
We've seen also a couple of away wins, and credit to the league managers because the disciplinary measures being taken today is
Yes.
sending signals to
Yes.
some of these home teams who feel sometimes they have monopoly of violence. But if nobody has monopoly of violence, and I think that has been sending signal to make everyone, sit upright there. So they always behaving themselves. So we just hope that Lobby Stars, Aqua United, be able to find their footings. That's right. United is like one step close to leaving the relegation zone. If they continue to win, I think probably they might escape. More so when they have the former Super Eagles coach Salis Yusuf as their new coach. I think that was his first match he executed and got 3 points for them. So I think it's good for them. Sometimes the changes, matter when you get them, across. But let's quickly, with our time, go to EPL. I know that one you tell me you watch. Did you watch yesterday, man? I know you were happy yesterday
I was sad.
after winning
I was sad. I
3-2.
was sad that Liverpool won.
Okay.
I was
Are you
sad.
trying to catch up with Liverpool? Sorry.
Nah.
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, quickly, your name, sir, where you're calling us from. Sir? Okay, even though I didn't get to. Just go ahead. Go ahead. What do you have to tell us? Go ahead. Hello, we can hear you, please. Hello. All right, I think you can try us back to be able to reach out to him. We were able to link up with him, but we were not hearing him. So I think you still have the time to call us back. So Liverpool, is Man U trying to catch up
Man
with
U cannot. I looked at it and I know it's not possible.
So why were you not happy for Liverpool?
I just feel that Liverpool shouldn't get 20. It should just be left for Man United. 20 league wins and just stay there until we are ready to win again. I mean, this
Until
time,
you are ready, nobody should win.
no, not that nobody should win. Maybe Arsenal. I actually
Why are you
wanted
taking
Arsenal to
Panadol
win.
for somebody's sake?
You allow me to take Panadol for someone's head.
Okay.
No, but the games yesterday were actually good. Liverpool played very well. I was surprised that Newcastle they really played below par. Haaland came back from injury, scored a goal. Actually, should have scored 2 goals. I don't know why the second one was ruled out for handball. It wasn't a handball. Man United were able to win despite going a man down and despite being a defensive lapse between the players. For Arsenal and Nottingham Forest, I don't understand what happened to Arsenal. They were just
No, why would you say you don't
They were
understand? When
just-
those who understand this, the tactics and techniques of this game will tell you that Arsenal lack a sharp striker.
no.
And the
they do
January
have-
window,
They
came,
didn't-
you understand
they
me,
didn't capitalize
provided an
on it.
opportunity for you to have gotten somebody, and now the injuries, you will now be blaming injuries. Injuries are part of the game.
No.
If you ask me.
I won't say you should blame injury. They should
Okay.
blame injury.
Okay.
I just believe that yesterday was not just their game.
Well, for me, let's just not waste much time. It takes us to this popular phrase that says, Arsenal really contenders or pretenders? I get it. It's one question they should ask. Over the years, you try to start the season brightly, and along the line, you just flop in and you're not able to rise to the occasion. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. What is actually happening to the lines?
Well,
We
I have many
have
friends.
willing callers that
I have many friends who call Arsenal is a series, serial movie, because there's always waiting for next season. And I was hoping that this was going to be the season.
yes.
But, well, quite unfortunate.
It is quite unfortunate. And let's leave us now to keep enjoying their second place if they will actually maintain it to finish. I think at least automatic qualification to the Champions League
They will get
is
that.
enough for the fans to celebrate.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Let's talk table tennis. Aruna Quadri, Fatima Bello. At least they made our day
I
yesterday.
mean, I'm always
Qualified in
proud
the semi-final, which is automatic qualification to the
to
ITTF World Championship.
you make me
And
proud
most
every time.
often, sometimes we try to just write off Aruna, saying this guy should go and retire and rest now. But
But he's
it's
not
when you don't
showing.
believe in him, and that is when he
He
rises to the
just,
occasion and
I mean,
he's getting it.
he is good. And well, I don't think there's anybody that has come up yet to try and challenge him.
And you grow the person.
No, it's not a question of growing the person. The
Okay.
person should grow himself too.
Mm.
Because Haruna grew himself and he got there and they started using him. The other person too should grow himself. If nobody's growing you, at least blow your own trumpet. Begin to play very well. And then they will come and pick you. That's the Nigerian mentality, Sha. It's not supposed to be. But
That's where we have the federations. I get it. What are the federations doing? You have the Nigerian
yes,
Table Tennis Federation. I think they should go look inward, get some of
and
those
look for
true
players.
championships and
Thank
competition,
you.
get a successive plan. By the time you discover these boys in the next five, you have the short plan, the
Long-term
medium time,
plan.
and the long
Yes.
time plan. So that in some years to come now, we say, Aruna, thank you for all you've done for Nigeria and
Thank
for
you.
yourself
I
and
mean,
your fans. You understand?
now,
Tomorrow we might say, okay, send you are the next champion for us. So we begin to support you. The country supports
I
you.
mean,
Everyone supports you.
let's look at Jamaica athletics. Usain Bolt. Before Usain Bolt, there's Ashraf Papa. After Usain Bolt, there was this young man that came after. I forgot his name. But you saw that okay, these guys are grooming people who will take over, and that is the way Nigeria should be. Somebody is playing so well now. Make sure there's somebody that is ready to take over after he's gone.
All right, well, our time is giving us signal, but let's not go without celebrating our D Tigers. We also, beautiful out in Tripoli, beat Cape Verde, beat Libya, and also, beating the top team and to qualify. I think that's what is most important to all of us.
Well,
When in a long while they've disappointed us in some of the outing, but I think this time around they just killed it and said, "No, guys, we're back again."
well, I don't want to see it as just qualifying. We should stop being happy for qualifying. We should now start getting to the point where we say, okay, are you winning or are you challenging? Are you getting to the finals? Are you getting to the semi-finals?
Just like the D
So,
Tigers, the female team.
yes,
Okay.
we are happy with those ones now, even though they are now pushing forward. We want the Tigers to start pushing forward, not just stop at qualifying.
All right. Well, we hope that the Nigerian Basketball Federation will put everything in place to ensure that not only qualifying, like my guest did say, that it should be beyond that. Let them go win the trophy and come back
Yes,
so that the celebration can be double or
yes.
higher. I must thank you, St. Ben, actually, for coming to Capital Sports to share your thoughts with us. We
Thank you.
appreciate and value your coming,
Thank you so much.
even though some of our callers would have also called to be part of the conversation. Well, the network has been so, poorly, and we saw a couple of calls that we couldn't, relate with them. But we appreciate your time and effort, to be part of Capital Sports week in, week out. I want to especially say a very big thank you to my super director, Nalebu, who has always supported us, to, be part of what we should be telling you out there, and the cameraman here. Until we come your way, same time, same station next week, I remain Abdullah Hajia saying thank you for your company.